What's up, everybody? Level M Diecast, chilling in the under construction studio as always. We are bringing to you Dually Drivers Series 10. Very nice that this series keeps on trucking. This one's probably one of the better releases they've done thus far as well. We're going to take a look and we're going to crack all of these open. Pair of 70, well, this is a 72 and this is a 69. But they are a pair of C30 dually wreckers. The one on the right is from Chevron, aka Standard Oil, and the one on the left is their Goodyear tire and service section. Next up, we have a couple of work vehicles that are licensed. We have our 2018 Ram on the left with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Fire Management Service deco with the ladder. And then, of course, we have our fantastic Waste Management Silverado 3500 HD. Loving that one, man. I'm absolutely digging this one. This is one of the coolest ones ever. I wish they'd have done this in a Ram. But, man, that one's going to be super cool. Super cool. And then the last two, pretty excited about this particular mix because we get 3 Rams. On the left, we have another 2018 Ram. This is the dually with the crane. This is for Fire Department New York plant operations. Very happy to get some more emergency stuff on the Ram side. They've done a lot of that stuff for the Chevy and Ford, but not quite for the Ram. So happy to have that in there. And then, of course, on the right, brand spanking new 2020 Ram Tradesman Dually Flatbed. This is the brand new Rams casting. Hopefully this one does not have any issues. We've had issues with that with pretty much every single Ram release thus far here at Level M. So hopefully this one will be good. So let's chop these open and all right, we're going to kick this off. 1969 Chevy C30 dually wrecker in Standard Oil Company, which became Chevron. This one looks pretty decent. I like the red and blue combination. Very nice deco on there. The push bar on this one is particularly nicely decoed up. It does even have some details in there for the bolts and whatnot, and the rivets holding on that push plate in the front. Looks very, very nice. It does show opening hood, but this does not have opening hood. It is just a separate piece that can be modified. I'm sure they're going to try to do this for potentially other trims or other versions of this particular truck. This is the belt hook attachment in the back. Very old school. That whole contraption on the back is basically like 2-3 pieces of plastic all glued together. It does not do anything. It just sits there and looks pretty, which it does look pretty. Shockingly, this has been an it's just been a pretty good piece. I mean, it looks like something that would be a horrific quality problem. And amazingly, Greenlight has actually done a pretty good job with that particular piece on the back. This guy does, of course, is a dually, but there's a lot of details on here. A lot of stuff on the side. Has your C30 on the doors as well. Looks pretty good. Take a look at it from the back. Does have all that light detail and stuff on the hitch. Tow hitch and all that stuff. Does have the detail down in there for the cables and stuff like that. Looks pretty good. Take a look at our base here. 5593. Pretty high number. Not the worst I've ever seen, but it's a pretty high number, but not too bad. We just like to showcase the numbers, although it's not really that big a deal. We'll take a look at our other C30 record. This one is a little bit more interesting in the fact that I would have assumed this one would be more the utilitarian, like wouldn't have chrome wheels. And the previous one would, because that one's actually really nice looking, very, very fancy, But this one is the one that has the chrome wheels, and of course has a very dull push bar on the front, just white, which is It would have been nice to get, just that black paint on there with some bolt details as well. That would have looked pretty good. Do have your bow tie symbol there on the hoods as well. The fine details like the C30 on the side, quarter panels, all that kind of stuff like that are going to be the same between the two. But again, belt hook contraption on the back, crane hookup, and all that kind of stuff looks very, very good. It is a relatively fragile piece, but it does look pretty good, and it is pretty good that quality can at least get something right here and there with Greenlight. Doesn't happen all that often, but every once in a while. Take a look at our base deets on this particular one, 5077. So we're already starting a pretty decent trend here that we're probably going to have some pretty high numbers. Some nice detail on the side of that too. Looks pretty good. We're going to move on to a Ram. There's several Rams in here. First one we're going to take a look at, 2018 Ram. The U.S. Foods and U.S. Fish and Wildlife Fire Management. When I cracked this one in my haul, when I originally looked at it in the blister, I was concerned about the logo on the side there, the shield. The one on the passenger side looks pretty good, but the one on the driver's side is crooked. We'll take a look at that here in just a second. You know, this dually Ram, they've been making this one for a little bit now. They still can't quite get everything ironed out perfectly. It sits pretty uneven. You don't really see that on the rotator, but it sits, you know, kind of leans to the passenger side a little bit. And that's probably due to the tires not being quite flush mounted on the wheels. But it also could be, you know, other things with the base. But, you know, it's Greenlight quality. This is tradesman, so of course you have all your blacked out features, blacked out door handles, blacked out bumper, grill, all that kind of stuff. It's the lower trim. It's the lower trim Ram. You know, it's a utility truck. Taking a look at the logo there on the side, you can see that shield is indeed crooked. So it's unfortunate, but that's just kind of the way that it happens. It does look like there is something going on with the window as well, but you really don't notice that. That's not that big a deal. But the rest of it looks pretty decent. Of course, this guy is done up with the chevrons. We love the chevrons in the back. Trailer hitch as well. Taking a look at the base deets. Ooh, this guy is very difficult to hold. Taking a look at our base deets here. Our number 6768. So we're getting some enormous numbers here. Which is just ridiculous. Letting the wheels turn. You can see the tires are never really set on there all that well, but they do roll very well, shockingly. The good thing about this particular version as well, the mirrors are good. I typically have problems with the mirrors, but these ones look pretty good. So pretty happy about that. And of course the ladder rack looks pretty good as well. So we'll bring in another Ram. This one will give it some emergency flavor, some Fire Department New York emergency flavor. So this is the crane truck. Now, it doesn't actually do anything. The crane does not operate. But at this price point, you wouldn't expect it to. But it looks pretty good. This one's probably the least detailed of the cranes. Normally, they are quite detailed up. Even have a lot of separation. They look like they have a lot of separation in like parts and stuff like that. Looks like Greenlight kind of cut back a little bit on this one in particular. But this is a little bit better trim of Ram per se. Does have that nice chrome grill on there. Looks pretty good. Clear light bar. I love the red wheels. The red wheels look pretty good. A lot of good fine details. This guy does come with a trailer hitch as well. Just take a look at some of the finer details. PO17 American flag on there. Says newyorkcity.gov/FDNY. Striping all the way down. There is your shield logo on there. Plant operations, of course. Flip him over, take a look at the base. He does not have any chevrons, unfortunately, which is kind of a bummer. 6641. So we're just going to be shooting for the moon here. But that's fine. And I actually thought I was going to get some lower numbers because this was pretty new release when I picked this up. So not too bad though. It's fine. Like I said, we don't really care about the numbers. We'll roll with the numbers. All right, we're going to go on to arguably probably the best one of the whole bunch. Slide this guy out. Oh, man, it's so freaking cool. All right. This is the 2018 Chevy Silverado 3500 dually waste management service truck. Absolutely loving the waste management stuff from Greenlight. Absolutely fantastic. Just I can't get enough of it. It's just so good. And Greenlight makes so many models that just utilize it well. I know that I mentioned that I really would have rather seen this on a Ram. Now, I want to see it on the Ram just because I love the Rams. However, because it's on the Chevy, we get this kind of two-tone wheel print on there with the black hubs, which is actually part of their commercial package on these utility trucks. And I think it really helps bring out the look of this truck. Just having that black painted hub on there just looks super, super good. Now, I do not have any other dually Silverado utility trucks from Greenlight. Here at Level M, we typically just do the Rams, although I do have quite a few of dually ones that I picked up that I just think look nice. This one, however, is just amazing. They did an amazing job. It looks so good. That nice green toolbox in the back. This particular casting is pretty big and wide, just like the actual Chevy Silverado HD. So it's a really nice casting. It's a big truck. It's a really big truck. Taking a look at some of the details. It does have the kind of vent printed for the hood. It says Duramax on the hood. It does not have an opening hood. The hoods are interchangeable, just in case you're wondering. Well, just saying, it doesn't open. Nice print there in the grill. The lensed headlights don't look that good this up close, but I assure you they don't look that bad. From normal distance of viewing it, there is the unit number 672-415. I wonder if that's a real unit. And then, of course, just painted up on the box with all the handles. Looks good. Waste management. This guy does not have any chevrons either, but he does come with a trailer hitch, which is a pretty nice feature. Taking a look at our base deets on this particular one. 3289, I believe that is the lowest number we've seen thus far. Looking pretty good. The side rails here look to be part of the base. They're just painted separately. So looks pretty good. These HD trucks all have plastic bases, which is not a good thing, but that's how they keep the weight down. All right, we're going to go on to our very last one. This is the brand spanking new 2020 Ram HD Flatbed in construction yellow is what they say. This is kind of a customizer's dream. Not like the original Ram that debuted in white. It would have been better. Kind of would have been pretty cool. This is not the exact same rear section from the previous Ram Flatbed. It looks to be modified quite a bit. Not just in size or anything either, but just kind of in style. This one looks really good though, quality-wise. Been having nothing but problems with these new Ram castings from Greenlight. It's been rough. It's been really rough. Mostly it's part fitment is the main issue. This one looks to be good with the mirrors, looks to be good with the bed. Even the trailer hitch on the back looks to be straight on. So hopefully that's something that they finally improved on. Got some stuff ironed out. Unfortunately, those previous Rams have already been released. So this is the construction section in the back. The bed, this does come with a new wheel as well. It's not the wheel they've been using on previous generation Rams. So a lot of detail on the bed here. Do have taillights on the top and the bottom area here. Looks really, really good. I do believe that this is going to be the same rear section they're using on the new first generation Ram that'll be coming out from Outback Toys and Greenlight. So very excited to get those. I do have those on pre-order, guys. So they will come to the channel whenever they are released. Again, the mirrors, very nice. Very nice. If you guys watch my channel a lot, you'll know that the mirrors are a debacle at the least. Flip this guy over, take a look at our deets. 4686. So just keeping with the big numbers, but it's all good. This one, the running boards are added on. You can see they got a little bit of glue on there. That's another issue that I've had is these running boards are either loose or they're being glued on crooked, which is unfortunate, but the rest of it looks pretty good. You know, there's always going to be little tiny flaws in the trailer hitch. Unfortunately, that is a plastic trailer hitch. I do believe that Greenlight has gone back to metal, but I could be wrong. There are some metal ones in some spots and some plastic ones in others. So who knows what they've actually gone with. So I guess what we'll do is we'll just put our top two, because there's no way in heck we can put more than 2 trucks on our rotator guy. So we're going to say our new Ram, and of course our wicked waste management. So we're going to roll out. That is Dually Driver Series 10. Greenlight is just rolling them out now. There was quite a lull, but we are seeing some good stuff come. Series 11 is definitely on the horizon. There's already been deco samples released. So if you guys are Dually Driver fans, there is more to come down the road. So anyways, appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Level M Diecast rolling out. Peace.